Joining me now is CBN's News Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl. And Julie, I've been gone for about a week or so. What's been happening here in Israel and specifically Jerusalem?
Yeah, welcome back, Chris.
Good to be back.
Yeah, we've had actually an outbreak of violence right after you left. It left many Israelis wondering if we were entering a new wave of terror. There were a lot of attempted or stabbing attacks, run-over attacks, mostly in Jerusalem and in the southern West Bank, as they call it, Judea.
Right. Because it came just about a year after a wave that began October of 2015.
That's right, it did. It came, some people called it like the anniversary terror wave. So, but Netanyahu stepped right up. He said, you know, they really cracked down with the security. They deployed more forces. They even have now a new piece of equipment around their necks, a protective guard to prevent against stabbing attacks. It's also right ahead of the Jewish holidays, which is classically a time of stepped-up attacks.
Yeah. Speaking of Netanyahu, we just heard Michelle Bachmann talk about Obama's speech at the UN. What did Bibi say at the UN?
He basically started off by noting that in the General Assembly this past year that there were 20 resolutions against Israel and only 3 against all the other countries in the world. And certainly with all the atrocities we've seen in the world in the last year, you would think there would be a little more condemnation in the General Assembly. But he didn't stop there. He went on to say how much Israel is really contributing, also in water reclamation, in cybersecurity, in fighting terrorism, and how many countries are starting to really reach out to Israel because of that. He talked about the Palestinian Authority. He talked about Abbas had just given his speech, the Palestinian president, and he said he's going to sue Britain for the Balfour Declaration, the 1917 declaration that said there should be a Jewish homeland, a Jewish state in the homeland, biblical homeland. He said he might as well just sue Abraham for buying the cave of the patriarchs.
And Netanyahu also spoke at the UN about the dangers of Iran. We have a clip right now about the threat Iran poses to the world.
The threat Iran poses to all of us is not behind us, it's before us. In the coming years, there must be a sustained and united effort to push back against Iran's aggression and Iran's terror. With the nuclear constraints on Iran 1 year closer to being removed, let me be clear. Israel will not allow the terrorist regime in Iran to develop nuclear weapons. Not now, not in a decade, not